Alright, I think we're live. Here we are. We have a good slate of Draftkings tonight. The Truck Series race here. I'm gonna go over some things here that's kind of more in detail than the video that I posted the other day. This is gonna be more based on just like what they need to pay off their salary, and if I really think they can pay off their salary. Be sure to ask any questions that you have on this video because I will answer them here. I'm going to be here as long as you guys are answering questions, and once you guys are done asking questions, I'm probably going to head out. It's Friday night, so yeah, I'm a college student. It's Friday night. We're going to have some fun tonight. So Sheldon Creed is the first guy I want to talk about here. Sheldon Creed, to pay off his salary, needs 52 points, which is pretty much going to be a win and lap sled, or it's going to be a bunch of lap sled and maybe just hanging around in the top 5. I really like that. Sheldon Creed is a great road course racer. He won this race a year ago. When it comes to lap sled, he has the most lap sled in the field at road courses at only 19 in the last few years, so that's going to really make you like Sheldon Creed here. That's going to be someone that I'm definitely very interested in. Next guy we'll talk about is Austin Hill. Austin Hill needs 53.5 points to pay off his salary. That's going to be a top 5 to pay off that salary without any Dominator points. I think that is definitely something that he can do. So he has an average finish, or he finished 5th last year here, average finish of 5 at road courses, an average finish of 8, or an average position of 8 at road courses, and he has a 5th best driver rating. He definitely can get a top 5. Kaz Gralla in the Cup race, he was doing great. Unfortunately, yeah, man, the tire caught on fire. That was so frustrating. I was so frustrated when Kaz Gralla got hurt. I was just, or not hurt, got wrecked. The car caught on fire. That was so disappointing. He was doing so. Yeah, that was frustrating. Daytona was a frustrating race, to be honest, man. That race did not go anyway like I thought it was going to go, especially being underweight to the field on Denny Hamlin. That was not good, so that's not the spot I want to go. That was not something that worked out well for me. John Hunter Nemechek, next guy I'm going to talk about, he starts 4th today. He's 10,200. To pay off his salary, he's going to need 51 points. That's going to be a win and some lead laps or fast laps, or just, he doesn't have to necessarily win. He just needs to lead some laps and hang around up there to pay off that salary. So Sheldon Creed and John Hunter Nemechek are probably my 2 favorite dominators here. John Hunter Nemechek is just so much more experienced than everybody else. He has pretty much been very successful in the NASCAR Truck Series before. We've seen him win races. He's been a Cup Series driver, now moving back to trucks in the number 4 truck for Kyle Busch Motorsports. I think he should have a good race here. I think he's a good bet to possibly win this race and lead a bunch of laps. So John Hunter Nemechek is definitely going to be someone I'd like. The next guy is Brett Moffatt. He is $10,000. He starts 21st. Brett Moffatt needs 50 points to pay off his salary. That is going to be a top 7 without Dominator points. Seems very viable for me. I think he should be able to do that pretty easily. I know he's in an East Motorsports truck, and I know I've said how that's a truck that is not as good as what we're used to racing. And that's true. The GMS truck that Brett Moffatt used to race in was just, so much better than what he's in now. But he's still a great road racer, and that should offset that. He does have the best average finish at road courses and the best average position at road courses. So I do think he should be able to get that top 7. And maybe even contend for a win. We'll see. I'm actually really interested to see how Brett Moffatt does, because depending on how he does here is really going to set the tone for the rest of the season, I think, because that's going to really show me how fast that car really is. So Brett Moffatt is definitely someone I'm interested in. The next guy we'll talk about is Tyler Ankrum. He starts 26th. He's $9,800. To pay off his salary, Tyler Ankrum needs 49 points. That is a top 10. Love it. I love Tyler Ankrum here. I think he's one of the best plays on the slate. I think he may even be a little bit underpriced. He is the 8th best average finish at road courses, had the 6th best finish in the field last year at the Daytona road course, the 5th best average position in road courses as well, starting 26th. That place differential should be really good. He's racing for the GMS team, who has had the last 3 road course races in the Truck Series, has had the winner of that race. It's been 3 different winners. Maybe Ankrum gets that win tonight. I think he's in a very good spot. I'd like him a lot tonight. Next guy we'll talk about is Todd Gilland. He starts 32nd. He's $9,600. Let me find Todd Gilland on here. He needs 48 points, which is a top 12. Todd Gilland getting a top 12. I think it's a good tournament play. I don't think that's a lock as a cash play at all, because I don't think that's a lock for a top 12 here. He's not the best road course driver, but definitely a good tournament play is Todd Gilland. Stuart Friesen is $9,400, starting 30th. Stuart Friesen, to pay off his salary, needs 47 points, which is a top 13. I think that's a pretty good. I think he should be able to get paid that off pretty easily here tonight. He has the 9th best average finish at road courses and the 14th best average position at road courses. Should have a pretty good run here. I don't think Look, I think Stuart Freeze is a very good cash play, actually, but in tournaments, I think there's definitely better plays you can get to, because I don't think his upside's as high as some of the other drivers. I don't think he has upside to win, maybe get top 5. I think he's got upside to get top 10, but there's other guys that have upside to get a top 5, like Sam Mayer. Sam Mayer is, honestly, at this point, he's become my favorite play on the entire slate, man. This guy, Sam Mayer, man, he is the future of NASCAR. He is going to be so good. Won a truck race last year in like a second or third start ever, and he's like 17 years old, man. He's gonna be running the Xfinity Series Xfinity Series with Junior Motorsports later this year. I think he's a very, very good driver, and I love this play starting 36. He's driving the number 75 truck for Henderson Motorsports, which is a good truck. That's what Parker Kligerman's been driving for the last few years. He has been very consistent in that truck and consistent top 10s. So that leads me to believe Sam Mayer should be able to do the same thing starting 36. To pay off that salary, Sam Mayer needs 46 points, which is a top 16. Sam Mayer should be able to get a top 16 in this truck. I love Sam Mayer tonight. One of my favorite plays. Next up is Christian Eckes, who is driving the number 98 truck for Thor Sport Racing here. He is going to be someone that I'm definitely interested in as well as a mid-range play. Christian Eckes paid off a salary, needs 45.5 points, which is the top 7. I wouldn't call that guaranteed, but the upside's definitely there for him to hit that 12th best average finish at road course, 9th best average position at road course. I have a little bit of Christian Eckes in my lineups tonight. Not a ton of him, but he's definitely someone I do have my eye on. Ben Rhodes, I talked about in my video how I was kind of interested in Ben Rhodes. I think I'm off Ben Rhodes. He really isn't that good at road courses. 10th best average finish at road courses, 2nd best average position. I mean, he's solid, but still, for the most part, I'm not really going to be that interested. For Ben Rhodes to pay off his salary, he is going to need 44.5 points, which is to win the race or lead a lot of laps before losing positions. So, do we really think Ben Rhodes leads a ton of laps early in this race? To be honest, I don't think so. You have Sheldon Creed starting 5th and John Hunter-Nemechek starting 4th. I think they should get around Ben Rhodes pretty quickly. Maybe not on lap 1, but on lap 2 or 3. I think they should be able to get around Ben Rhodes pretty quickly. That's just how I see this race playing out. If you see it differently, if you think Ben Rhodes is going to get out to a big lead early, then yeah, Ben Rhodes is probably going to be a really good play. That's just not how I see it playing out. Matt Crafton starts 9th. Matt Crafton is $8,800 to pay off his salary. Matt Crafton needs 44 points, which is a top 4. I think he can pay it off pretty well. He's a very good road course driver. He's just a veteran in the series, and when we come to these road course tracks, the veterans usually do a lot better. That's why Brett Moffatt's so good. That's why Austin Hill's so good. That's why Sheldon Creed's so good. Matt Crafton has the 7th best average finish at road courses and the 5th best average position at road courses. He's led laps at these tracks as well. So starting 9th, $8,800. I think he could become a dominator. He's definitely lower on my list. He's below John Hunter-Nemechek. He's below Sheldon Creed. He's below Brett Moffatt. He's below Austin Hill. But Matt Crafton definitely has that potential to lead laps, and he's definitely someone I want to throw in tournament lines for sure. I definitely have a decent bit amount of Matt Crafton tonight to throw into tournaments. Zane Smith starts 11th. He is $8,600 tonight. Zane Smith has not been the best road course racer, but his equipment's just so good, man. And I just trust the talent under Zane Smith. I mean, he's just he's another driver that I think is like kind of the future of NASCAR. He is a very, very talented driver and a good equipment now. We saw that second half of the year, Zane Smith just kind of took off in the truck series. I think he's my pick. Well, he's a pick for the championship for me. I think John Hunter-Nemechek wins the championship, to be honest, in trucks this year, but I think Zane Smith gives him a run for his money along with Sheldon Creed. Anyway, Zane Smith, to pay off his salary, needs 43 points, which is a top 5. Now, his numbers aren't as good enough to be a top 5 driver, but at road courses, but he's Zane Smith. He's in really good equipment. I wouldn't just avoid that. I think he's definitely got the upside to do well. Riley Herbst is going to be the chalk tonight. I mean, literally everybody I've talked to today, every video I've seen, every article I've read, Riley Herbst, Riley Herbst, Riley Herbst, Riley Herbst. So he's going to be the chalk tonight. So starting 25th, I can't say I don't like him. I mean, he's in a good car. He needs 42.5 points to pay off his salary, which is a top 12. Riley Herbst is actually a very, very good road course driver. We've seen the upside in the Xfinity Series where he's had some top 10s, top 5s, and we've seen race where he's been running up front and he ends up wrecking. So we just got to, it's Riley Herbst. I would expect him to be a lot better than most of these guys because he is an Xfinity driver. Wouldn't say that's a lock, but starting 25th, a great cash play. In tournaments, I'm going to have some, but I don't think he's a must in tournaments. I don't think you need him tonight. And I'm not so sure he's going to be optimal. I mean, he's going to have to get, again, a top 7? Was that what I said? Top 12. Oh, top 12 to get. Yeah, he's going to be a good play tonight, man. Riley Herbst looks good. Is there enough laps to worry about a dominator or lap sled or stick with PD for safe lines? If I'm playing cash, yeah, I don't think I'm worrying too much about dominators at all. There's 46 laps in this race. You don't need dominators in cash just because there's just not as many dominator points. In tournaments, though, I do think a dominator could be very viable, which is why someone like Sheldon Creed or Jonathan Nemechek could be very viable. If they lead a bunch of laps, they're going to be very optimal in tournaments. But in cash lineups, as you said, for safe lines, so I'm assuming you're talking about cash lineups, that is going to be something that I'm more prioritizing is place differential versus cash, or versus dominator points. Next up is Parker Chase. Look, Parker Chase, driving the number 51 truck for Kyle Busch Motorsports. A guy to talk, one of my friends earlier today, who's a big NASCAR fan, he's like, dude, he's in the 51 truck. He's going to do, Parker Chase has not won a race, ever. He's drove the WeatherTech series or whatever, which is a road course series, not won a race. He drove an ARCA race here, finished 10th. So we're saying he finished 10th in ARCA, which ARCA there's 6 good cars, and we're really expecting him to come up here and do great in the Kyle Busch Motorsports truck. It's good equipment, but the way better competition here in the truck series. I don't think Parker Chase does well tonight. I'm not too interested in him. I've actually faded him in tournament lineups tonight. I don't have any Parker Chase. That's not going to be someone I want to get a ton of exposure to. Chandler Smith starts 8th. He's $8,100. I'm not going to be too interested in him. He's going to have to finish top 5 to pay off that salary, and I don't trust Chandler Smith to finish top 5 at a road course. That's pretty much it. I don't trust that at all. Rafaelasar is one of my favorite plays tonight, and I honestly kind of thought he was going to be low-owned, but now everything I've been reading is everyone's talking about Rafaelasar tonight, and that makes me understand that he's actually going to be pretty owned, because Rafaelasar is actually really good at road courses. 6th best average finish at road courses, 3rd best average, finished 3rd here last year, had the 2nd best average position in that race as well. He has the 10th best average position in road courses overall. He is a great road course driver, and he's in better equipment this year. GMS Racing, contrary to what people believe, is better than Kyle Busch Motorsports at this point. At least the past 2 years it has been, aside when Kyle Busch gets in the car. But it's Kyle Busch, so are we really going to count that? But Rafaelasar, I think, is a great play. I think he can win this race. To pay off this salary, he needs a he needs a top 8. I think he can get a top 8. I really do. I mean, he's a very good road course driver, and starting 12th he's going to pay off that salary pretty well. I think Rafaelasar is a great play. I'm going to have a lot of ownership to him. I think he can win this race. Him and Ankrum are my sleeper picks to win tonight. I think more than likely Sheldon Creed, John Hunter Nemechek, or Austin Hill wins, but Lassard and Ankrum are definitely 2 sleeper picks that I definitely like a lot. Let me just make sure we got no big news or anything going on. Yeah, I think we're good. Johnny Sauter, starting 19th at $7,800, is going to be chalky tonight, and I don't love it. I'm not big on Johnny Sauter. To pay off his salary, he's going to need a top 11, and he really hasn't been great at road courses. 11th best average finish at road courses over the last few years, 11th best average position. That's right on that cut line, but the upside just does not feel high. I don't think Johnny Sauter is as good as he used to be. I think he's starting to fall off a little bit. I know last year he just had a bunch of mechanical problems, but to be honest, even before those mechanical problems happened, he wasn't doing too well. Are you going more stars and scrubs or even build today? I have a little bit of both. I think I'm going a little bit more even because I think a lot of people today are going to just go stars and scrubs, and they're going to punt down here of Timmy Hill and Camden Murphy, which are fine plays, but I don't think for tournaments they have the upside to get up there as much. If you're playing cash, I think that's a fine strategy to go with star and scrubs, but if you're playing tournaments, I don't think I like it as much because I just don't think those scrubs have the upside to win a tournament. So I do think I have a lot more, I do have a lot more even lines today. Mayer or Gilland for cash. Sam Mayer starts farther back. I prefer him a lot. Let's keep going down the driver list. We're on Timothy Peters now. Timothy Peters is a past Daytona winner, a former very good driver in the truck series. He starts 27th today, and he is 7,600. He has the 4th best average finish in one race over the last 3 years at a road course, 5th best average position. I'm not really looking at that too much. I don't think I was earlier in the week and earlier in the day. I was for sure on Timothy Peters as a cash play, but I don't think I'm on him as much anymore because I'm just not 100% sure how good that equipment is. We got to really see. Tonight's going to be really key to seeing how his equipment is. If he runs up front, look, Timothy Peters is going to be someone to deal with all year long. If he's not, then it's just going to be a kind of a mid-pack driver. So in tournaments, I like him, but in cash, I don't want to go to him. Will they race in the rain or road course? Yup. Racing in the rain is awesome. That race, I don't know if you watched last year, they did the Xfinity Series race in the rain, and then it was at night. That was the best race I've ever watched. I don't think I've ever enjoyed watching a NASCAR race more than when it rained. I hope it rains tonight because those races are so exciting. They're unpredictable. They're probably going to get screwed in DFS, but they're fun races to watch, so I hope they end up racing in the rain tonight. That was a fantastic race. Look, they're at Daytona again last week, and I was literally saying this to my roommate the other day. I was like, look, it's raining at Daytona 500, but we want it to rain for next week when it's a road course, when they can actually race in rain, and it won't rain. Now, there's no rain on the forecast for Sunday, of course, so I was wrong. So yeah, they'll race in the rain on the road course. I hope it does. That'll be a fun race, man. Those are always the best, in my opinion. The rain races on the road course are awesome. It's just going to be, you're going to be in first place, spin out, and then, like, literally last year, who won? Allmendinger? Like, I think there was pretty much over and over again. Driver, like, Noah Gragson would spin out, and then he would fall all the way to the back because he spun out, and then he would make it all the way back up because everyone else spun out. It was an awesome race. It was an awesome race. Will rain change any place? No, I'm still going to do the same thing. I mean, I don't think that's really going to adjust that much. It's still going to be all the place differential guys. I'd expect the same guys to lead laps. Like, if you want to go based off rain races like the Xfinity Series racing in rain last year, and the guys who were really good at road courses were still the guys up front. So I don't have a problem with that at all. I would just stay the same. Derek Kraus starts 31st. He's going to be chalk today, like super chalk today. But I don't have a problem with it. He's in very good equipment for Bob McNally's team. That's a top 15 car every weekend, so starting 31st, he should have a lot of upside to do well. Jet Nolan, I think it's going to be popular. I actually ended up fading Jet Nolan today, but I think he's a good play. He just didn't fit in my lineups, and I would just rather get more Kraus and Gray than just play Jet Nolan. That was how I felt. But I don't think that makes Jet Nolan a bad player or anything. Starting 35th in the Nice Motorsports truck, he's a good road course driver. He should be fine. That's definitely someone I'm interested in. Tanner Gray I like a lot here. 11th best average finish at road course, 11th best average position at Daytona road course. 15th best average finish at the road courses. 16th best average position at the road courses. He should be a good play. Should hit value. I don't even think I said what these guys need to pay off. Crap. Timothy Peters needs a top 16. I think he could do that. Derek Kraus needs a top 18. He should be able to do that. Jet Nolan needs a top 20 to do that. I think that's a little bit less likely than some of these other guys, but I do think it's a good play. And then Tanner Gray needs a top 20 to pay off the salary. I think he should do that. Is stacking the back viable for GPP? I like to play 3 guys in the back with guys that have upside to win. Yeah. I think so. We're not going to see that all year long because of just the way the starting line is going to play out. But because last week was Daytona and we just had a lot of carnage, a lot of guys wrecking, a lot of guys that are going to have to start in the back now. I think it is. Usually road course race, this road course race is very unique in DFS. Usually you don't have a bunch of good drivers starting farther in the back because usually that's not a way to play road course races. You don't want to stack the back. You just want to play guys that have upside to finishing well. But at this race with all the guys that are starting in the back, yeah, I think 3 guys in the back, I think it's fine. That's what I think. I think I set up my lineups today with 3 guys in the back, at least 1 up front, and at least 1 in the middle. So then it was either 2 up front or 2 in the middle. That's why I set up my Draftkings lineups today. So I do think 3 guys in the back is viable. It's just because also the guys like in the middle and towards the front like aren't good. Like I don't really want to play Chandler Smith. Well, the guys down here more. I don't really want to play Corey Roper. I don't really want to play Ryan Truex, Carson Hocevar, Cody Rohrbach, Danny Bone. Like the guys just up front just aren't good. Like they're gonna get past. They're not good. Spencer Boyd, Jennifer Joe Cobb. They're starting in the top 20. Like, these are not guys that are going to end up in the top 20. So, yeah, it is going to be very viable, in my opinion, to play guys starting in the back. Next guy is Kaz Grala. I love Kaz Grala tonight. He needs a top 16 to pay off his salary, and I think he should do that starting 24th. Look, Kaz Grala is a great road driver. We saw him last year take over for Austin Dillon in the Cup Series for one race in the number 3 car, and he finished in the top 10, even let, I think 2 laps at this track, too. So, he knows what he's doing here. Young's Motorsports isn't a great car. I don't think Kaz Grala is going to win or anything, but he should have a good car and be able to have a good race. So definitely someone I definitely want to get exposure to is Kaz Grala tonight. Chase Purdy is in the GMS car or GMS truck starting 29th. $7,000 to pay off his salary. Chase Purdy needs 35 points, which is a top 18. I think he should be able to do that. He's in good equipment. I'm not necessarily I don't think Chase Purdy's that good, but that equipment should be able to do well. So that's going to make me like him a good bit. Corey Roper starts too high. I'm not interested in him or Truex. They just start way too high. Hold on. Haley Deegan's up next. Starting 23rd, she's $6,500 tonight. Look, some people hate Hailie Deegan, some people don't think she's going to be good. I'm actually at the opposite to that. I think Hailie Deegan's a very good driver. I think she's going to be very good, and she grew up driving road course cars, so that's going to make me like her a good bit here. She needs a top 16 to pay off that salary. Definitely only a tournament play. I don't think that's a lock or anything, but definitely as a tournament play, I do like Hailie Deegan as a good bit. Dawson Cram starts 38th. I'm not interested in Dawson Cram. That equipment sucks. He's not good either, so not going to want to pay him. I mean, to pay off that salary, Dawson Cram needs a top 24, and we don't see Dawson Cram get top 24s that often. If he was like $5K, like, yeah, fine, but $6,300, I don't want to pay for that for Dawson Cram at all. And he might get ownership just because he starts 38th. Austin Wayne Self starts 14th. Again, starts too high. He's actually a decent road course racer. Finished 8th year, or had the 8th best finish last year at this track and 9th best average position last year. But still, for the most part, not going to be too interested in him. He needs to pay off his salary. A top 13. Like, it can happen, but like that's a ceiling. So I don't really want to pay that for him. That's just not someone that has a ton of upside to me. Jason White starts 18th. Not going to be interested here. To pay off his salary, Jason White's going to need a top 15. I don't think that happens again. Tate Fogelman starts 28th. I do like Tate Fogelman a little bit here. To pay off Tate Fogelman's salary, he needs a top 20. It can happen. 17th best average finish, or 17th best average finish at road courses, 17th best average position at road courses. It's solid enough. I don't think he's a lock play. I have a little bit of Tate Fogelman in my lineups tonight. Don't have a ton. But he is definitely someone that I do have a little bit of interest in. Carson Hocevar is $5,400. He starts too high. Starting third, he's only going to fall backwards. Don't want him. Same thing with Cody Rohrbach. Both of them are starting forward, or starting too far backwards. I mean, like, look, Carson Hocevar to pay off his salary needs a top 10. I don't think that happens. Cody Rohrbach to pay off his salary needs a top 11. Again, I don't think that happens. I don't think either of those guys had an upside. Danny Bones starts 15th. He starts too high, too. I don't really want to pay for him. He needs a top 16, which it's possible. Like, that could happen, but still, for the most part, I don't think that's something that I really think could happen. Timmy Hill starts 34th. He is $5,000, and he is definitely someone that I do like a lot here tonight. I don't understand Draftkings pricing here for Timmy Hill. Look, Timmy Hill, yeah, in the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series, like, yeah, you don't ever play Timmy Hill. He's not really good. He's just not a guy that we'd like to play a lot on Draftkings. He doesn't ever get any. He's not in good equipment. He doesn't get any place differential. But in the Truck Series, he does. His team is actually not that bad. When you go look at the overall, he has a 20th best average finish at Daytona road course, 23rd at road courses. Not horrible. Their cars are actually decently competitive. Like, you're not competing for wins or anything, but they're definitely competing for top 20s. And for Timmy Hill to pay off his salary tonight, he needs a top 25, and I think he could definitely do that. Timmy Hill's a pretty good road course driver, too. We've seen him actually do well in the Cup Series here, so I do like this a lot. I think he is a pretty interesting play. Camden Murphy's the same way. I think he's a good play as well, starting 37th. Looks good for me. He's in Joe Nemechek car and Nemco Motorsports car. I think I'd prefer Timmy Hill over Camden Murphy at this point, but still, he's a good play. I think Camden Murphy looks really, really good. Norm Benning, I was thinking about earlier this week. I don't think I'm on him anymore. Spencer Boyd starts too high. Jennifer Jo Cobb starts too high. Bobby Roode starts too high. Lawless Allen, I don't really know a lot about him. He's a young driver. He starts dead last, so he can't really hurt you, but to pay off his salary, he needs a top 27, and I don't really know if that's guaranteed. I think he just kind of hangs around in the 30s all night. So that's really it for driver by driver. If you guys have any questions, let me know, because I'm willing to answer those questions for sure right now. That's what I'm here for, to answer your guys' questions, because we do have a pretty big slate tonight to figure out what we're going to do with. So ask me questions. I'll answer them for sure. See if we got any news. Some nice drivers getting sent to the back. Oh, any questions? Hope you guys are having a good Friday. I'm having a great Friday. About to have a really fun night tonight, so excited for that. Hopefully we're going to, make a lot of money tonight too. Play some sports bets on Sam Mayer, on Rafaelasar. If they win, it's going to be a nice payout for me as well. I kind of like Deegan. Yeah, I do too. I think she's better than the public, or especially like DraftKings and the sports books perceives. I just think they don't know what to do with her right now. and she starts kind of far back. Like 23rd is a good spot to start. And I just, like, from everything I've seen, like, she's a good driver. I don't think she's a great driver. I don't think she's, like, the next great thing in NASCAR. But she is a good driver, and she's had success. I mean, the one race she ran last year, she finished, top 20? That was really good. A first truck race, top 20, like, that's good. She ran well in ARCA. She didn't win anything, but she ran well. And that's the other thing. Like, she keeps her car clean for the most part. I know she wrecked Daytona, but Daytona's kind of... That's a whole other thing, man. Daytona doesn't count. Like, I don't really ever... When I'm looking at how I view drivers, I just rarely put in Daytona, unless they're, like, really good. Like, Denny Hamlin, great place racer, but, like Michael McDowell won last week, and I don't know. I mean, just, like, I'm just not going to just look at Michael McDowell winning the Daytona 500 and be like, oh, he's a great racer now. You've done a good job answering those questions. Thank you. Thank you very much. She'll wreck. She might wreck. We'll see. See, it's tough. It's tough, because she did do well at the Oval last year, but it is a road course. The one thing I will say is that she has grown up on road courses like that. The type of cars that she drove when she was younger, I know they were dirt tracks, dirt racing, but they were road courses. So this should be technically something she's should be okay with. I would worry if it rains. I don't think I like Hailie Deegan at all. But if it doesn't rain, I think she should be fine. We'll see. I know Chuck will let me know if I'm wrong. He always does. So. She's a solid driver, yet yeah, she is. I mean, she's not bad. I think she's gonna, slowly move up. I think she's doing things the right way. It's not like some of the other drivers we've seen just come up and just shoot. Like Natalie Decker just shot up. Like, she's racing Xfinity now. Like, why is she doing that? Like, she just need to these drivers just need to take their time, learn until they're good. Like what Chase Briscoe did going into the Cup Series this year. Like, he's a 26-year-old rookie. They don't need to be 20, 21, 22-year-old rookies like William Byron was a few years ago. Like, just take your time in the younger series, get used to it, know what you're doing, and then move on up. I believe she was ARCA Rookie of the Year, Newcomer of the Year, or something like that. Yeah, but okay. In ARCA, there's literally 8 cars that are competitive. That's not an accomplishment. I don't know why she ran ARCA last year. She would have been better off running the K&N series than ARCA, because ARCA is just, or at least the ARCA, whatever series she ran ARCA, because those cars are not competitive. There's only, to be honest, the fact she didn't win a race last year was kind of a little bit concerning, because there's really not a lot of good drivers over, or not a lot of good cars over there. There's 10 cars that are good, 6 to 8 to 10 cars that are good. She'll be a solid pick on Bristol on dirt, but Stuart Friesen will be my lock on Bristol. Yeah, dude, I mean, Stuart Friesen, man, that's what he does. He's a dirt driver. Literally last year, Stuart Friesen didn't race a truck series race to go race a dirt track. So yeah, Stuart Friesen, he's a pick on dirt. On dirt, yeah, I mean, Christopher Bell or Kyle Larson in the Cup Series, Stuart Friesen in the truck series. I'm blanking. There's one guy that stands out to me in the Xfinity series. I can't remember. If one of you guys know that, let me know. Oh man, that's bothering me that I can't figure it out. Yo, Kyle, who's your profile picture? Is that Keldon Johnson? Because if it's Keldon Johnson, I like you now, bro. Keldon Johnson's one of my favorite players. I know that's basketball, but man, I think that guy's going to be a stud. I think Hailie Deegan's going to be fine. I don't know about tonight. Tonight I'm a little worried, but the season-wise, I think she's going to be good. Next week when we go to an oval, she's going to probably still be cheap, and assuming she doesn't, pop off tonight, she's probably going to be starting towards the back. Oh, it's Trey Jones. Dang it. I'm a Carolina fan, so I hate that guy. I hate that guy. I thought it was Keldon Johnson, and I was really happy because I like Keldon Johnson, but Trey Jones is dead to me because he hit 2. That game. Ugh. What types of tournaments do you play? I play 20 maxes only. I don't do the 150s. I don't really like to do those. I like to play 20 maxes. That's how I like to play. Agree wholeheartedly that they do not need to push her too fast like did Danica. Yeah, that's a good example. She needs to earn her stripes and has the talent to do it. Yeah, I agree. And I don't think she will, because that's not the strategy they've taken so far. They haven't taken the strategy to push her so far. Because if they did, she would have been racing trucks last year. And they didn't. I mean, she ran 1 because she had to run 1 truck race to be able to run Daytona this year. That's just how the rules work or whatever. So, I do like the way they're doing this. I think she should stay in trucks for at least 2 years. We'll see how she does. Now, if she starts popping off and starts winning races, then yeah, move her up. But she should, grow as a driver before she moves on. Yeah, he'll be a stud. Yeah, Keldon Johnson, man. Keldon Johnson's good. He is very, very good. Underrated player. One of the most underrated players in the league. If you ever know my basketball stuff, I love that guy. Any other questions about tonight? Because I know we got a little more viewers than I did a little bit ago. I need some more questions, or I'm about to head out. Let me see if I got anything on the phone. Ooh, I'm still playing music in my speaker. Should probably cause that. What type cash games, if any, do you play? Not much to choose on trucks. I don't really play a ton of cash, to be honest. I don't. If I do play cash, it's only head-to-heads. I don't do double-ups. I don't do 50-50s because that's just so frustrating when literally everybody has the same lineup. It just makes me mad. So I like to play head-to-heads. That's what I do for cash. Hello, Mom. Every single video, my mom is supporting me. Always. Not sure, but I think Stewie won big block mods on Eldora also. He might have. I'm honestly not 100% on that. Who won the Eldora races? I don't know. I'm going to look those up. That's interesting. He's a great dirt racer, man. I mean, he's going to win those. He's got to be the favorite going in. But at the same time, well, the trucks do usually race on dirt, so that one may not be as much of a disaster. The Cup Series race on dirt is going to be a horrible race. I mean, it's going to be a fun race to watch in the sense that there's going to be a lot of wrecks. It's going to be a fun race to watch, but it's going to be a disaster, man. Cup Series cars on dirt at Bristol, not going to go well. Let me see here. I want to look this up. Who won the NASCAR dirt races at Eldora? I need to redeem myself. Had McDowell in my lineup last weekend, but had too many losses to wreck to even... Yeah, that's Daytona, man. See, Daytona, the strategy is, it is stack to back. And to be honest, if you're trying to play tournaments, you probably want to have a guy up front because finishing position is very big, and that's kind of the most points that accrue, except for last week. Denny Hamlin had dominator points, which doesn't happen too often. So yeah, I mean, last week, I got screwed very early in the race because I had so much Eric Jones. He started so far back. He's a good plate racer. Wrecked. That's just how it goes. Daytona's, kind of a crapshoot. You just kind of have to hope for the best. These are more straightforward. The road course, I'm still not 100%. It's not as straightforward. Next week we have Miami. That one's the one that we should start doing very well at. We'll see about this one. It's kind of hard with the Daytona road course, especially for Cup Series. But we'll see what happens. NASCAR results. I feel like Chase Briscoe won a Truck Series race on the dirt a few years ago. I want to say he won one of these. Can't believe I'm looking this up right now. Oh, they didn't race Eldora 2020. Yeah, because of COVID. RIP. 2019. Eldora Speedways. Yeah, Stuart Friesen won 2019 Eldora. Yep. He's a great dirt racer, man. I mean, he's going to be the favorite going in. When you probably look at Vegas odds, he's probably going to be favored to win. I would be surprised if it's anybody else. I don't think there's anyone else on trucks that's great truck racers. Now, I mean, obviously, some random guys could, from the Cup, Christopher Bell or Chase Briscoe running this race wouldn't be that surprising. But, I don't think any of these guys are known for being great dirt racers. Most of these guys, I'm not sure about Shane Smith. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think any of these guys are known for being, fantastic dirt racers or anything. Oh, I guess Haley Deegan, obviously, but Crafton won there once. Yeah, I'm going back through it to see who won these races. Eldora, Chase Briscoe won 2018. I knew he won one. Chase Briscoe, man, that guy's going to be good. He is good. Yeah, Matt Crafton won 2017. So, yeah, there you go. Any other questions about tonight? Great work with your vids, brother. Thank you very much. On that note, make sure to leave a like on this video if you have not already, and subscribe to this channel if you have not already as well. Just continue, it helps me grow, helps me get out there more. But yeah, love what's going on right now. Just continue to ask some questions about tonight so we can keep the stream going, because if not, I am going to head out. But if we keep getting questions, I will keep answering, because that's what I always do. Also, follow me on Twitter. I'm at NateLane_. I always will answer questions over there as well. As long as I'm around my phone, which I usually am. Kyle Larson won 2016 Eldora. Not surprising. Tell them to tune into the podcast tomorrow. Yeah, dude, we're the America DFS podcast. We'll be recording it at 10 a.m. tomorrow, but it'll be out, I don't know, sometime after that, whenever Chuck finishes editing it and everything. But I'll make sure to tweet it out on Twitter when that podcast is done, where you can find it. So be sure to check that out tomorrow as well. Obviously, we won't be going over the truck race because the truck race will already be done. It'll be focusing mostly on Cup Series race, but a little bit of Xfinity as well. So be sure to check that out. 2015 Eldora, Christopher Bell, shocker. Christopher Bell and Kyle Larson, shocker. Alright, any other questions? If I don't get a question in another 2 minutes, I'm going to head out because it's Friday night. I want to go have a good night with my friends, so. And hopefully make some money on DFS, of course, because that's what I'm here for. Oh, I guess so. Tune in tomorrow. Xfinity Series live stream will be live at. It's either gonna be 12 or 1. I'm not 100% sure because I have to do that podcast and homework because I'm a college student and crap. So we'll see. Either 12 or 1 o'clock. I'll be going live. Stay safe tonight. I'm always safe. I'll be fantastic. But yeah, live stream for Xfinity Series race at 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock tomorrow. I'll post it on Twitter tomorrow morning for sure, and I'll set the stream tomorrow morning, of course, as well. And then Cup Series on Sunday, I'll be doing a live stream at 12 o'clock for that race. Be sure to go check out that Cup Series video. It's already gotten a pretty decent amount of views for what I have, so I was surprised to see that. So keep running those views up, keep running those likes up, keep running up those subscribes. So yeah, guys, I think that's really all I got to say. If you have any more questions, if I didn't answer your question, which I think I did, but if you have any more questions, go let me know on Twitter. Once again, it's at @NateLane_ on Twitter. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's make some money tonight because that's always the goal. And have a great rest of your night.